Yeah, silence and reduction always was important features of my music, and actually concert situation from very beginning was not very suitable to me, because in concert where there are many people, music has to be played quite loudly in order to get through a lot of noises around. So therefore I prefer it even listening at home. Kind of background music always fascinated me, and like a ear, like a wind, and such kind of music somehow provokes us to listen very attentively and with concentration. Yes, distance and openness. Very nice words, very nice definition. So distance and openness, what does it mean? For example, of course, music should be expressive. Music should appeal to our senses. Music should use certain sciences of music, which develops in our, were developed and still develops in our tradition. But so it is openness. It is something which music should communicate. I don't believe in these esoteric operations behind the sound, kind of pretensions to be very structural, very scholarly. So, but what I consider as distance is never saying too much, always being a little reserved, always leaving something not said, something unresolved. So this is distance. And actually, philosopher which I read mostly at certain time, Martin Heidegger, considering a work of art, he has said that work of art is kind of meeting of wealth and ground, or struggle between wealth and ground. So for him, world is something what is in our everyday life. We recognize, we communicate, but ground is something which brings mystery, something which we never get into. And so if in art these polarities meet, so he considers that such art is profound. Maybe I have similar pretensions, but I always think about that. Yes, piece Mobile 8 was written in 1997, which was one of my earliest pieces I liked very much. And the score looks very beautiful. It's still written by hand. And the piece was performed by choir and intended to be performed by choir. And so each performer had to write his own text. And then, yes, this music somehow reflects my early taste, when time of music is always interrupted, certain gesture and silence, and again and again. And last year, one of my colleagues and friends, he remembered the cycle of my pieces Mobile from earlier times. And so he proposed to make a kind of concert of these pieces in one festival. And so we didn't have choir, but I found that canisters of water, plastic canisters of water, sounds very, very, very nicely. So, and instead of 4 voices of choir, we took 4 canisters of water, added some percussion instruments and guitar, and we performed that piece, and I was kind of happy with the result. Question and answer, always related. It's like a dialectics between them, always going on. But yes, what is said that music should inspire as a book of poetry, I meant saying that I prefer listening at home, or making music at home, or in some very chamber circumstances. So like a book, we read mostly book at home, and we enjoy, we reflect what is said there. So if music would exist in such a way, I prefer such kind of existence. The piece for string orchestra named Cinema was written in 2019, and it was commissioned by Vilnius Summer Festival. And I already had one piece which is called Intermezzo Cinema for piano trio. And cinema for me, first of all, it means observation from distance, something what has already happened. And you are not anymore involved into that, and therefore the attitude is of observer. And so what I also like in my music, beside of ambivalences, it is kind of quality of lightness. Never too much of sound, and some smooth surface, but there is motion inside. So I tried to develop such gestures in cinema. And I never developed music by contrasts. It is always smooth transition from one moment to another moment. So in cinema we can hear that. And even in culmination or golden section, I ask musicians play at most mezzo forte. So, and I think we managed quite well that.